Should I overlook what we're seeing in 2022 and kind of look ahead, given a lot has happened since then?
Absolutely, and the fact that they have already given us a profit warning, it's already done and dusted. So from the results perspective, it will be non-event. What we would be keeping an eye on, and it's not only the Southern, I mean, all three of them will report this week. And where we will be more keen to understand is how has been the yield trajectory. More so in the domestic, because that's where the capacity is now bring back to 2019 level. But in the international front, what we'll be more keen to understand is the pace of recovery.
Yeah.
And at this point of time, international capacity at about 20%. Probably if you would ask me 3 months back, I would have thought they will achieve about 30% by the end of March. So on that front, you can see probably the pace of recovery is a bit slower.
And is that a function of them, or is it a function of something beyond which they can control?
I mean, it's a combination, right? Initially, when the reopening happened, you saw some teething issues from the other countries in terms of procedures of COVID tests and all. Then we are hearing that there is a shortage of ground handlers on the other side of the airports. And then we are seeing the issues in terms of the visa, the passport renewals. And so all of those has actually put together to bring it where we are.
So what are you expecting in terms of international business travel this year then? Yeah. Can it be echoing what we saw domestically?
No, so what we are modeling now is that by the end of December, probably the international capacity will reach back to about 70% of 2019 level. So for the whole year, about 42, 43%. And that will jump to about 85% on an average in 2024 before we see a full recovery in 2025.
I see.
What specific routes, international routes, do you see as busiest right now? So where is this travel rush?
It's
almost back to normal, yeah.
It's not back to normal. But,
well, almost.
Yeah, so let me put it this way. International travel is at around 18-19%.
Yeah.
But if you look at Southeast Asia, particularly Singapore and Thailand, we are over 50% of 2019 level. So Southeast Asia is pretty much taking the limelight, and then followed by probably Korea and Japan, and then the rest of the world.
But you're still thinking they can turn profitable this year, Chinese Airlines? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty much... On the cost side, nothing has changed in the last 2 odd years or so. And coming into 2023, probably ballpark, it seems like oil will offer you some tailwind. In terms of currency, compared to where we were at the start of the year, it's unlikely that we'll see a massive appreciation of RMB. And those two are one of the key drivers. And with the cost remains pretty much unchanged, every dollar that you make on the top line goes to the bottom line. And that, but 100 billion of losses, those three put together, I mean, we are forecasting them to be marginal profitable. So this trajectory is clear. Whether they will be on one side of the fence or other, probably time will tell.